Park in Champaign, Illinois, home to the Fighting Illini, and the fans clad in orange and blue are more than ready for this one. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Maryland Terrapins taking on the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Illinois about to kick it away to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Terrapins offense will have first crack at this one. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
And the Terrapins in a good spot here with second and short. Martin back to pass. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Gain of 25 on the play. And that's good enough for a first down.
New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Webb. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
At the 39. First down for the offense.
The Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck that had to be a blown assignment. And the Terrapins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Webb. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
It'll be third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Hunt is in the air. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Illinois' offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Off-play action on first down. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They go to the ground. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking for a man. It's Altmaier. Caught over the middle. It's Arkin. Tackle is made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem in the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Right back to the well. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
The Terrapins will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Out of the gun, the running back has it. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. That is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Clement. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Back to pass. It's Altmaier. Got his man.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Arkin. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass.
as somebody's able to get on the board, this game was sending offensive football back to the 1930s. Great job of executing. I know this is a defensive stalemate. I don't know how many points we're going to see in the second half. Guys, that touchdown, that might be all they need based on what we've seen here in the first half.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the Terrapins will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Altmaier. He lets it fly. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take another shot here. Makes a grab on the shot. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Illini!
Man, you want to make big plays in the passing game, and to do that, you got to be able to read the defense, see what they're doing to make sure you don't put the ball in harm's way. You can see he drops back, got really good comfort level with what he's seeing. He knows he's going to fit that post over the linebackers in between the safety. Ball is on the money, and they're rewarded with a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Wide receiver going in motion. Martin will throw it. Makes the grab. It's Smith. Spins away. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
The Terrapins trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Now the play fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Fleming. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Pressure coming. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover, and defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
And the Terrapins send out the punt unit. Here's the return. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. That's the end of the period. It's Illinois with the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. To the air, it's Altmaier. Makes the grab. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. Illinois putting together a really nice drive. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Hands it off. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand.